Hey, I am back to show you kind of what the photo program looks like through the modules I created to help you utilize the newer standards and build some awesome stuff that works for you. So this is just kind of to piggyback off of the previous video where I talked about what we did to kind of shift standards around and what that looks like. So how that translates over to what I created for photography looks a little different, much different from last year. And it's a whole different kind of concept of taking what worked and what didn't work. We were in survival mode last year. Now we're kind of redefining what we can do with these. So you're going to be given these modules in the Commons. The titles will slightly change, so they're easier to find for you. But I highly recommend, just for cohesion, so all of your links work properly, to at the very least upload to your pages all 5 strands along with photo 1 and technology resources. That way, when you're building your own content and you're creating links throughout the courses, all of this stuff is here for you. The things that are already created for you will work fine. The links will go somewhere. If you don't include technology resources or vocab, the hyperlinks that are built within these courses will not work for you properly. So keep that in mind as you are kind of figuring out, picking and choosing what you want. You can always delete what you don't need later, but we kind of went in the mindset of like, I don't want to create anything that that you can't utilize. So now with those, on top of those 5, 6, 7 modules, I created in Photo 1 just like 5 basic units that are complete if you wanted to, like with rubrics and activities and all that, and resources and all that good stuff, if you wanted to upload those as well. Again, the naming convention will change in Canvas, so it's easier for you to find. But those are just some standard, like getting to know you units and art elements and all that good stuff for the beginning. But anywho, this was the focus. So when I drop down my strands, I'm going to see with like even headers, all my like PI 0.1 standards, another standard, and then if I'm going to do a unit, I have a checklist. I have to go through here. The only thing I have left to do is to add my second dot, and I'll talk about that when we look at photo 2. But you can go through here. It starts off with what the strand is, and then it goes into the VDOE explanation of what that is. Obviously, the kids aren't going to need something like that, but it's really just to keep us focused and organized. And then as you flip through, this is one of those standard pages I was referring to last time. So again, this isn't necessarily something you would give to the kids, but for use in planning or discussion board planning using essential questions, or maybe focus and Blackboard investigation, this should be a resource for you. And then after that, you're going to see these, maybe like a creative process. That's another standard, sorry. And again, you'll see the same layout as everything. Standard. Hold on, sorry, I got pooch in my lap. And then like workflow, documents, and all that good stuff. Let me go back to modules. Make these small. So for example, in these introduction modules, I might have started with like my main page, my information. And I created a tech bootcamp checklist. And that's where these assignments are found within the technology as well. So I just was building a unit. So when I go to build, if I uploaded all of those modules, I should be able to hit that plus. Keep in mind that this has all the old stuff from last year also, but I should be able to easily find, like, if I'm looking for an assignment, okay, I need, where is my assignment with a particular number? They're all color coded. What was created for you. You're going to see that naming convention. If I just need a page in here, or if I need a resource, all of that is still there. if you were keeping up your sandbox or transition to your old stuff will be in there also. So it just makes kind of finding what we created easier when it's like up against your stuff or your older stuff. So you'll be able to really know, like, okay, that's the newer things I can go check out and play with while I'm building. Or if it's like one of the words on the terms. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. So the building should be easier for you when you make your modules using these new standards. Of course, he's playing with that right now. I'll be right back. So here's an example of what a unit can look like building out of what was given to you through these modules. So I might have my introduction, like a boot camp checklist activities where they kind of go through, make sure they can do all those things. And within those, like my hang up is inappropriate, like emails. So I wrote, like, they're going to write me an email and they're going to use these things. And here's an example. Here's a resource, and these links to these resources have all been validated, or they're already within the Canvas pages. So there shouldn't be any, or like very limited hiccups. So let's go back here. And they can kind of go, and I just have them as like complete assignments. All of that, you can edit what you need to. If you don't have access to Padlet, maybe you don't want them doing that activity, but all of those little fun things are in here. If I were then to go to like a black book activity, then I would again have my standards, have my assignment. Again, those are given, a lot of those are given to you as well. And then you edit how you like feel it needs to be edited. Again, we really limited clicking out of pages. We limited the scrolling. We changed a lot of the PDF information. So it didn't maybe automatically open. So accessibility was on the forefront of our heads while we were creating this. Okay. So, and then you can kind of click through what you need. These units will be there for you if you want them. If you got your own thing, then go for it. And then the standards. Okay, Photo 2 looks very similar. So if I click over to Photo 2, there's 3 completed units there. But you're going to see that naming convention shift a little bit with the double dots. You're going to see this in Photo 2. I'm almost finished. But the double dots means there is stuff in there, whether it's assignment or a workflow document or anything else. And if there isn't any icons to it, it just means it's a bonus resource that was maybe helpful and that could fall under, like a photo essay resource. It would fall under those connections that, again, wanting to find things that are helpful to you. What I really like the concept of, which I thought was very different than how I was doing things last year, was this these page build outs. So I created a vocabulary list. I also took some from, I think, Art 4. I know Jennifer Marshall Greason created some really great ones, so I took her words as well. But I created these pages that I wouldn't publish these to all the kids, but if I was talking about camera settings, I would go through here and add hyperlinks with the vocabulary and concepts that I've already created. A lot of these will have will look like this, and they will have the word and a definition and a video. So we wanted to hit on a differentiation of like language learning and have some consistencies with, sorry, my computer's so slow, having some consistencies with what we were talking about. So all of these are completed for you already. If you like them, great. If you think they're helpful resources, great. If not, you can always build your own, but it's nice to have these resources. If I'm going to do a vocabulary list, or if I'm just using them in my everyday or in my assignment and the kid might not remember, I can just, make sure you're controlling your shutter speed, and like, maybe the student wasn't there that day. I would have the word shutter speed hyperlinked and it would go to this course page. So they don't have to leave Canvas. They don't have to go into the scary world of the internet. It's all here with diagrams, with discussion. You can also add your own fun resources if you have your own videos within the Canvas course. So I hope these pages are helpful to you, and the modules are. Again, your most success will be if you upload at least the 5 standards along with the vocab, concept, and tech resources. I hope that was really helpful to you. I hope you have a fantastic year teaching in this very different kind of space. Thanks.